And there's no telling with these Nigerians. And he makes it to 18. And he is the, oh my goodness, what a goal!
Sport. Education. Independence. Entertainment. Covered on the 103.5 FM.
This is on 103.5 FM. The time is 10 o'clock.
láti ìpínlẹ̀ 103.5 FM aago mẹ́wàá lù.
It's a very good morning. It's a Wednesday. Trust me, it is a Wednesday. Today is the 11th of September in the year 2024. I would love to mention the date because it's very important to me. And of course, the month is important to me. But then you wouldn't understand until I explain it. I want to say good morning to Nigerians, to most important people in your state, and to be precise, to people that are in Ibadan. Listen to our local broadcast. Listen to our local terrestrial broadcast in Ibadan. You can get to listen to us on a transistor radio right now. Listen to us on anything that has to do with radio. But then, if you're using your data to listen to us, that means you're listening to us on Radio Garden, which means if you don't have Radio Garden on your phone, download the app Radio Garden, and then you get to listen to Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan, crispy clear from anywhere in the world. You want to doubt me? Next time you travel out of the country, keep it on Radio Garden. You get to listen to your local broadcast in Ibadan. Now, to make it even better, you can go right now with the app of Facebook. Once you have Facebook on your phone, just go to Facebook, search Honor 103.5 FM. You won't just listen to us on Facebook. You actually will get to see what is going on in the studios, and you see what we call all ultra modern studio setup right here in Ibadan. I've not seen a radio station looking so good. Anyway, we want to say thank you so much for being part of the live broadcast this morning. This is a program simply called, how will I put this program now? It's a program that when things burn in the country, when we see things, things can burn for good. Yeah, everything doesn't have to burn for bad, only when it gets burnt. But then, the front burner is a show created for you, the listener, most especially you, the listener, to know exactly what's happening in your country. For you to know that, oh, so this is what is happening. I heard about it. I didn't know this is how it meant. You know why? Because we have people in the studios that will explain it to you. They'll analyze it. Sometimes they disagree to agree. Sometimes they agree to disagree. But then, We've got analysts in the studios that do that job perfectly well. My job here is just to tell you what's going on. Their job is to explain what's going on. My name is Lekan Omosebi. I have two analysts with me in the studios, and of course, normally we have three analysts, but then we'll be expecting the third to come in. We have two seated right in front of me, and I must quickly tell you these two analysts are looking good this morning, and of course they have a lot to talk about. But since we've met before we came into the studios, the two of them have been quiet and looking at each other like I don't know. But then first of all, let me just quickly introduce Mr. Olaoye. Honorable Olaoye is someone that's been in there and out there. It's been all about, it's been everywhere. There's nothing you want to tell him he doesn't have an idea of. Nothing you want to tell him he has no idea of. He has ideas of everything. Trust me, you don't want to argue with him. And of course, one thing I love him for, he loves to see things from the other side. I love men like that. When you see things from the other side, it's not a must that we both look at things from the same angle. Mr. Olaye, very pleasant morning to you.
Good morning to you, Lekan Omosebi. Thanks for having me here, and good morning to you, listeners throughout the world and in Nigeria.
One thing I love you for, you are fearless.
Oh, thank you.
You are very fearless. Yeah, you don't care. You just say it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
Okay. Front burner.
All right.
Anybody issue needs to be speak about.
Okay.
Truthfully.
Oh, truthfully. I love that. Truthfully. And of course, sitting next to him is somebody else that knows his onions. He has his facts. Now, one thing about him, facts, you can't beat him when it comes to facts. He will prove to you that what he's saying is a fact because he will bring facts on board. And he has the ways to prove his points. And everybody loves him for one thing. He's also fearless. He doesn't fear anyone. He's just a guy that the question is, okay, I'm telling you the truth. You want to lock me up? Okay, go ahead. Lock me up for telling the truth. That's one man I love so much. And he would always say it exactly as it is. He will never add to it. Neither will he subtract from it. Mr. Ofino, a twin. How do I know this is you or your twin brother?
I'm the one.
Okay.
I'm the one. Thank you, Mr. Lekan Omosebi. Thank you for inviting me to be here.
All right,
I'm
thank you
delighted
so
to
much
be
for
here.
honoring the invitation. Thank you. And of course, we've got someone in the studios with us as well. His name is Engineer K. He's the one that does most of the job. He doesn't really talk into the microphone, but he does once in a while when he's getting agitated about a topic. But he's the one that makes you get to listen to us loud and clear wherever you are in the entire world. Once again, of course, there's a beautiful lady in our media room, just to my right. She's in there. She's the one that is making you get to see us clearly, crisply clear on Facebook. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Now it's about time we get to business. Once again, I say good morning. This is the front burner on Honor 103.5 FM. We're going to go foreign. Let's do the first 5 minutes on the foreign scene. The United States, two presidential candidates for the United States, that's the United States presidential seat, had their very first debate yesterday. A lot of people were speculating on what's going to happen. The entire world was on a shutdown. The entire world was watching and waiting for the time. The time came and we saw it live on CNN. And of course, we've got Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, both of them head-to-head loggerheads yesterday. It wasn't as peaceful, as quiet as I expected, but I must say that the two of them actually grabbed themselves on the throat, and I think one had an edge on the other. Well, that's my speculation. I've got my analysts with me in the studios. This was something President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tried to avoid for the 2023 elections, and he did avoid it. I love him. He did it spectacularly well. He didn't want to argue with anybody. I've told you a Miloko and a Miloko. So, but then Americans will not allow that. You've got to speak. We want to hear you talk. What do you have in your head? Let me start from Mr. Olaoye. You've traveled out a lot, and of course, you know how this thing runs. You're a politician yourself. You saw. I still don't know who you support. I don't know who you want. If you were American, I don't know who you vote for. But with that debate last night, or should I say early this morning? Yes, early hours this morning. What would you say?
Lekan Omosebi, for a start, you talk about what happened in Nigeria. That was 2003 election and 2023 election during the time of President Tinubu, now President of Nigeria. You see, I think when the media are hostile, you must be very careful because people are going to see most of your weakness if you are not very careful. And then, particularly, in Nigeria, we are grooming ourselves to be exactly the way they run the American system.
Why did you use the word the media? Channels Television, NTA, including AIT, did everything possible to have the current president of our country, to have a debate.
They are not that desperate. It's only Arise News that was so desperate about it. Do you know how many times Arise News conducted presidential debate? That was in the last election. And they are very hostile. When you are talking about Channel
president
TV,
did not attend any of it.
Yes, because it's not been made to be law right now. It has been made to be law in America since 1960 that any president must be able to have debate. And do you know they've had the TV system has been existed for more than 60 years before even 1960. But that is not the point. The point still remains that soon they will make it to be law in Nigeria. And when it's law, nobody can be able to run away from it. That is fact. Now, we are now talking about what happened in the United States of America. Now, yesterday, it is not me that conducted
Me too, I was just sitting down watching it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the fact that typically Trump is always being sentimental when it comes to immigration. That is always new. That is what a lot of Americans want to hear. That a lot of Americans doesn't want people to be coming in, and he used that sentiment to be able to convert their needs into vote by telling them what he can be able to give to them. And we saw yesterday how Kamala Harris just desecrated Trump in all front.
Wait a minute, Mr. Lau. Here we go again. What did you say? She actually desecrated Trump?
He desecrated Trump. No, do you know how she started?
I know how she started. I watched it live from
when she came to the podium. Trump withdrew because Trump was hostile. He doesn't want to greet Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris went to his podium to greet him. And you know what Kamala Harris said? I am Kamala Harris. Can you believe it? Because he was trying to mock Trump. Because Trump was telling the American people.
Mr. Lai, I don't like what you're doing.
Okay.
Now you're backside. Now
I
you're
am
side.
not. I have to see the way it is.
Okay, let's hear from you before I get to Mr. Fino. You talk about Trump. Oh, yeah, tell us what did Trump do yesterday, because I saw everything.
Yes. What did Trump? What did Trump wasn't asking the question he was asked.
Trump was hostile. He was hostile. Yes.
He was telling people what he wanted to say. He never answered the question the host
was asking. Okay, I'll still come back to you. Mr. Fino, that debate was yesterday. All right, fine. It's true. Kamala Harris was a bit calm, and Kamala Harris has done her homework and all that, but Trump had come with hostility to make sure he makes a rubbish out of Kamala Harris. But then, what would you say? Where's your stand between the two of them?
I have to be honest and sincere. Excuse me, please.
Yeah, excuse.
I have to be honest and sincere. I thought the American democratic system is the best, but yesterday's presidential debate was not inspiring.
Me too, I was in that shoe.
America has disappointed the world.
I was disappointed too.
I have to be frank and sincere. I don't see this as a civil presidential debate. Presidential debate is supposed to be civil. All eyes on America. But look at what happened. They were attacking each other. Hostility, back and front. It does not speak well of a country that is being adjudged as the most powerful country in the world. One, a country whose democracy is being adjudged to be a model. I'm disappointed in the two individuals. I have to be frank and sincere.
Are you disappointed too, Mr.
I am never disappointed. I'm not disappointed.
You're never disappointed.
I am never disappointed. I was so delighted and I'm happy. Why? Because since the time Trump is contesting for this presidential
They've actually gotten him to be president.
He has always been
president.
decimating right from the Republican when they are whenever they want to do debate. He has always been decimating others. He might tell them they are short. He can tell them they are weak. He can tell them they cannot be able to talk.
But they did the same to him.
You see, nobody did the same to him. They have never, because a lot of them are politicians and they know the rules. They are not comedians. And mind you, that is what he intended to do yesterday. And for the fact, what did Kamala say? Kamala told him that he was talking about the border. He was talking about his security, this and that.
Oh, he's correct.
Kamala Harris, where do you think he's secure in the world? Which country do you think is secure in the world? Which country do you think doesn't have that their security challenges?
All
and
right.
I'm telling you sincerely.
Wait a minute. The two of you, just wait. Kay, please, let's go commercial.
On 103.5 FM.
Do you need a reliable and super fast unlimited internet for your business and home use? If yes, iWorld Networks is your solution with our uptime affordable internet via fixed broadband. No data caps and throttling. You can enjoy your distance learning, business meetings, and family time with our reliable internet. With 24/7 proactive customer support and 99.8% uptime. We also provide connectivity for offices, schools, financial services, hotels, government, etc. Chat with us on www.iwn.ng. iWorld Networks, we've got you covered. Sign up and get connected today.
Hello there. A golden opportunity is here for everyone desiring to invest in farming with a prospect of making great profits and creating wealth. This is brought to you
by Safe Casa Realty.
It's a bountiful package where you buy acres of land with palm tree plantations spanning from 1 year to 1.5 years, while you make huge profits from palm oil, PK oil, PKC, animal feeds, and lots more. Both 1 acre of land and palm trees are sold for just 2 million naira. Also, landed properties with cashew and banana plantations are available for instant sales. This landed property with palm tree plantation is located at Areoje along Ibadan-Iseyin New Expressway. To therefore enjoy this bountiful package, please call
080-7777-4880.
Buy landed property with palm trees and make great fortunes.
Nigeria, something big is here. Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because YouFit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria. With properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan, YouFit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We won't just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. YouFit Homes, a home for all.
Once you enter Ibadan to enjoy yourself and have a swell time in a swell place with sweet sensation, just go straight to Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites offers you A+ hospitality in a fantastic environment. Check out the rooms: Standard Deluxe, Super Deluxe, Executive Deluxe, Junior Suites, Executive Suites, Presidential Suites. Superb rooms like Royal Palace, constant air conditioning with switch aroma and plasma TV all over the place. Executive VIP lounge and full bar. 247 power supply with relay of generator. Lovely swimming pools for young and old. Complimentary complimentary breakfast, airport shuttle and car hire services, first-class recreation facilities, gym and spa. Nourish your body with local and intercontinental cuisine. Sunday buffet 11:30 to 4 p.m. every Sunday. March 4th, Courtyard Hotel and Suites welcomes you at number 2, Emi Adejumo Close, off UCH Second Gate, opposite Bottles Republic Lounge, Agodi GRA Ibadan, your state. Telephone 091-1001-6995 and 091-3552-4814. www.marchfortcourtyard.com.
On 103.5 FM.
All right, it's just about 20 minutes past 10 on a Wednesday morning. In case you're listening to this live broadcast on Honor 103.5 FM, we'll say thank you very much. You can get to listen to us on Radio Garden. In case you're somewhere and you're feeling like our local broadcast is not getting to Osun State or is not getting to Ondo, but you need to listen to this program, all you need to do is go to Radio Garden, and then you have the app on your phone, and guess what? You search for Honor 103.5 FM. And if you think that you need to see what's going on, you just don't want to listen, you want to watch, go to Facebook. It's Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Lekan Omosebi. We have Mr. Olao here in the studios. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Mr. Ofino, the two of you, say thank you for being here. Two of you have dragged it concerning the foreign sin. But now we have Mr. Roberts joining us. Mr. Roberts, good morning to you.
Morning, Omosebi. It's my pleasure being here. Good morning, Nigerians.
Mr. Roberts, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we're going to take things very seriously, so we're going to be going one after the other to make sure that we have enough time for phone calls this morning. Now, this is where I'm going to start from. There's a lot I want to start from, but let me start from something like it's more like a cheering news to Nigerians, especially the Nigerian youths. The federal government, being led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is set to embark on massive police recruitment drive to empower youths. Let me start from Mr. Roberts. He hasn't spoken this morning. Mr. Roberts, Mr. Federal Government have said Nigerian youths are going to be recruited into the Nigerian police so that they must have job and they must have themselves busy to empower the youth. So what do you think from Mr. President?
Okay, thank you very much. Just before I go into that, because of a time factor, I want to say that concerning the issue of the American debate yesterday,
yes,
I'm not even looking at it from the perspective at which others are looking at it.
Okay.
The perspective at which I am looking at it is that I give kudos to that civilized country. You know, in a sane society, when prospective presidents are invited to come and discuss on probably what they intend to do for
the president of your country, as I speak, was invited, but he didn't come.
It behoves on them to come. So whether they came, they were throwing tantrums at each other yesterday or not, is not even the issue. The issue was that there was a political debate, and the two of them honored it.
Spoke.
If you remember, in 2015, Buhari refused to come.
Your current president also never invited.
I'm coming when he was invited. And in 2019, he also refused to come. And at the end of the day, he said, I never made such promise. You were the ones that promised. I did not promise you. Now, Tinubu came. When Tinubu came, he was invited. He did not come because it meant he was hiding something in a sane society. Yeah, because he didn't want to be caught unawares. He didn't want to tell the people. Because if he had come on that debate, if he had discussed, you know, Peter Obi came and some other candidates.
Shore and the rest of them.
Yes, they came. So they would have known the kind of a person our president is. But he declined to come.
All right, moving on now. The federal government of Nigeria is set to embark on massive police recruitment drive to empower the youth, actually.
Coming over to the police, I don't think this is empowerment because the federal government seems to be talking from the two sides of the mouth. Because if you look at the rate of insecurity in the country, a lot of things are happening. Is it in Zamfara, what state, that bandits are saying that they are going to collect 30 million naira from citizens to protect them. So when we say to protect them, then what is the government's responsibility? The government came the other time and said they were giving students loan to to the students in tertiary institutions, and we saw what happened. As I speak to you, University of Ibadan has been closed. Not
Yes,
really closed
for 2
down.
weeks.
The
For about 2 weeks
for 3
now.
weeks. Yeah, it has been closed for about 2 weeks now.
Yes.
So students have been sent home. Why? Because students came to debunk the lies.
So can't the students
To
go
counter-
join the
because they said,
police? The federal government said,
this
look,
money you
the youth-
said you are giving to us, you have not given to us. And now you are saying you want to send Nigerian citizens to police. Is it the ill-equipped Nigerian police? The police you will be
I
expecting
wonder.
to buy their bullets, to buy their shoes, to buy their... I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right,
It's
let
very,
me
very
go to
ridiculous.
Mr. Ofino. Mr. Ofino, what do you think about the federal government? Do you think the Mr. President has made it good?
It's a Greek
At least
offer to me.
Nigerians, the youth, like K, can leave the studio now, go join the police.
Forbid.
There is one thing we must understand. When it comes to issue of security, you don't joke with it. When Mr. President said he want to recruit the Nigerian youth, the Nigerian youth, are they the ones that are willing to join or those that are already frustrated? Those that are going to join are those that are already frustrated. Not that they are having that passion to join, but the struggle for survival. I stand to be corrected. Those in primary school today, ask them between the Nigerian police and army. They say they prefer joining the army than the police.
Of course.
They say Nigerian police are corrupt. I'm talking about little ones, less than 10 years old. It's one of the most corrupt institutions in Nigeria, the Nigerian police force. It's nothing to write home about.
But to correct it,
It
Mr.
has a bad legacy.
To
That's
make
the problem.
the police have a better legacy,
What you have
Mr.
to do
President
is this.
saying, come
There
and
must
join.
be police reform first. There must be police reform first, because I have to be honest with you. The Nigerian army does not like the Nigerian police force. That is why you see Nigerian army attacking the Nigerian police force like a free fall, because those Nigerian police force have dented the image of this country because of high level corruption. I don't know how to say it. I cannot ask any of my wards to join the Nigerian police force.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
sure
possible.
the PPRO for your state is definitely listening to us, and I'm sure you'll be trying to explain to you why you might be wrong saying the Nigerian police is corrupt. I'm sure the PPRO is listening.
You should go to the primary school and go and ask them if they are willing to join the Nigerian
He's
police.
listening, obviously. All right, Mr. Olahoye.
Thank you very much.
Federal government says our youth should go and join the police.
This is a welcome development, and it's not going to come cheap as well, because it is what is being requested for. There are number of police that is being made us to know by United Nations how many that can be able to guide people in the society, in the country. Now, the youth are always agitating for the reform in the police, and this is the right time for them. That is why they joined that is why the demand of offenders, whereby they want the police reform, they want a lot of things in which the federal government has ceded to them. Now, if they can come to the police, they have a lot of things to offer. Instead of going to the media alone, they can be able to offer a lot of things and sanitize the system, because the system cannot just be sanitized like
without the right person, the right people being there.
Exactly.
So Mr. President is saying, come. Let's see what you have.
That
Let's
is
see
what
what's
he said.
upstairs.
That is what he said. Immediately he got to the mantle of the leadership. He said, youth have heard you. You have spoken. Because the bulk of their vote went to a particular political party. And he said he has heard them. And this is the beginning of what he said he's intended to do, to invite the youth to sanitize the system. And he said to them as well, they should join the political party as well.
Okay.
Because of their population, they have the most a very large chunk of population in this country. They must be able to utilize it, and this is the right time for them.
And
to
I think I agree with you a little bit, because there are a lot of youth doing Okadas, they're doing
Okay,
PSL. Okay, you come and join the police. You just come. Let our security get Mr. Roberts. You'll have to hold your peace. No, Mr. Roberts, wait. Just calm down. All right. I know I'm going to give you the microphone soon, but then I'm going to move on to another topic. I said we have a lot to talk about. Now, this is going to Mr. Ofino. The Labour Party. You know, there's a party called the Labour Party. All right, now, the Labour Party presidential ticket is no more reserved for Peter Obi it is now open to all party members, says Julius Abure, the controversial Julius Abure. So what would you say? Would you say that's a brilliant one? It's not supposed to be automatic, or do you think it should be automatic because he has represented that party before?
There is one thing we must understand. The day the Nigerian government decided to allow Labour to have its own political wing, I was disappointed.
Is it not a constitutional right for them to?
No, I'm disappointed. There is what we call oath of allegiance.
Okay.
In the civil service, there is a rule. Absolute loyalty. The Nigerian Labour Congress is a wing and part of what we call the civil service. Now we are having what we call a divided loyalty. That is why the level of productivity among workers in Nigeria has declined. I have to be honest with you. The Nigerian government was not supposed to allow Labour to float any political party. That is why we are having problem today. That is why we are having what we call parallel government today in Nigeria.
But
so when we are talking about Labour Party, whether they have issues or not, I'm not concerned about that. Why should Labour, the civil service, be allowed to have a political wing in Nigeria? Divided loyalty. They will never be loyal to APC government, and if it is PDP government, they will never be loyal to it because they have a parallel political party. That is where I'm faulting the issue of Labour. Somebody asked me yesterday on TV that Labour is fighting for the interests of the masses. I said no, they never fought for the interests of the masses. It was in the past. Labour are fighting for the interests of their own member. It's a pressure group.
Okay, before I hand over to Mr. Roberts at this time, let me ask you one more question.
Yeah.
So are you saying for them to have said, okay, the presidential ticket is no more automatic to Peter Obi? Is that a brilliant question? Is that a brilliant idea from Abure?
For me, it's their own problem.
Okay, you just care
anyhow
less. The way you sound,
yes,
you care less about the party.
I care less about them because Labour is not supposed to have a political party.
If the party should close down now, you don't care.
If the party closed down today, I'll be happy. Do you know what I'm going to happy?
Okay.
The civil service, we know what it means to be a public servant.
Okay.
We are talking about the development of Nigeria.
Mr. Roberts, Labour Party had said the presidential ticket to Peter Obi is no more automatic. Anybody, any human being that can buy that ticket and say he wants to be president under the Labour Party is free to do so.
Yeah, before I go into that, let me say that when Nigerian youth are being co-opted into the
Nigerian police,
just like Ofino rightly said, a frustrated person will become a nuisance when he joins anything. So they are not coming there because out of their own volition. They are coming there because they are jobless. You know, most people are members of SAN now.
But don't you think that's the idea of Mr. President in the first place?
Most people are members of SAN, senior applicants of Nigeria, and no longer senior advocates of Nigeria. So that doesn't really thrill me. Now, coming to the main issue about the Labour Party. The truth is that the federal government cannot stop them because the constitution allows them. Right? The Labour Party is different from the Nigerian Labour Congress. Right? Now, that's not where I'm going to. It's always good to allow people to get involved in a political party so that the citizens, the electorate, will have the choice to vote for a candidate of their choice or their choices. Right? Now, if you look at what is happening in the Labour Party now, I just want to tell you, politics has started. Whatever is happening may be coming from the party in power. If you look at accusations trailing right and left and right, my question is, why was Aburi, or why did he not react at the onset? If you look at all the accusations he's making at different people in the party now, politics has started. And as it is said, politics is a dirty game. But in the course of time, their dirty game will be exposed. I'm not particular about the Labour Party, whether APC or PDP, because I see politicians as being birds of the same feather that flock together. But politics has started, and aspersions will be cast.
But I want Ofino and Mr. Roberts to also know that the party that actually gave the PDP, the APC actually money for their run in the last election is Labour Party. Let me hold your peace at that time. Now, let me come to you, Mr. Olaoye.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the president of the Labour Party, the controversial president of the Labour Party, that's the leader of the party, Abure, would you say his decision is okay, is right, that anybody should be able to go to represent this party?
Thank you very much.
Or they should leave the automatic ticket for Peter Obi?
Mr. Omosebi, thank you very much. We must realize that this is the platform for the world to know. And we must know one thing. In as much as we counted police as the dean of jobless people, we don't have any right to complain what is happening to the society. The police are the most respectable job in the world because they care for internal security, they care for the protection of the people. The military, they are just integral part.
I think the PPRO will be liking what you are saying right now.
Now, they themselves, even we see many bad elements in the Nigerian police.
In
It
the
doesn't
United
mean we
States, in
must
the
condemn
UK,
all of them.
in any country.
Now, it is been in the United Nations chapter. How many police supposed to be policing the citizen? We've been demanding for more policing of the society. They gather intelligence. They are the one that does feed other military forces, other paramilitary forces. So that is that. Now, coming to Labour Party. Yes, we see what is transforming in the society. Like Ofino said, every political party is a pressure group. Likewise, the Labour themselves. It is only the Labour, NLC are deviating. When you are talking about Labour Party, it doesn't mean NLC. We have so many body in NLC. They come together, even whether the private, whether public, whether any, they film together. And they must be able to tell us what they can be able to give back to the society. Now, Abure was so sentimental when he and Mr. Peter Obi are doing friend and they are bounded together. They are defending each other. Now, what's it called is coming home to rule. Now, we can see that there is no permanent friend in political party and there is no permanent enemy. For them to have thrown this, that means because Peter Obi is no more supporting Abure and Abure is reacting back, and that is what we want. If there is no fighting, but for somebody to be saying that it is probably APC, PDP that is destroying a political party, that is cheap. They should be able to know how to settle their internal problems. If they cannot be able to settle their internal problems, that's the problem. Because APC has its own problem, PDP has its own problem. When Labour have their own problem, let them face it, and that is it.
Okay, thank you very much. I like the way you've ended that. I hope the other two gentlemen are okay with what Mr. Olaoyeto has said concerning the Labour Party. But then Mr. Roberts actually said it loud and clear, and Mr. Ofino says he cares less what happens to Labour Party. Well, on this show, I remember last week on this same show with my analysts, we talked about the fact that the federal government had increased the value-added tax for Nigerians. And then just 2 days ago, in fact, the day before yesterday, the federal government had come out to say disregard every propaganda indicating an increase in value-added tax rate, VAT, rate, and it still remains at 7.5%. The last time we discussed about this, the federal government has increased it to about 8.5%, but now they had come out to change their mouth again. I think this is the first time they have done this to this program, and I don't like it. I hate it when I say something on this show, and then I come back to be like I'm the one that said something that didn't happen. Now the federal government have come out again to say disregard. No. It's still at 7.5, and we still have evidences of them saying it has gone to 8.5. Mr. Roberts, what would you like to say?
Yeah, just before I go into that, talking about the VAT, let me correct the misconception about the police. The police is a refined agency that oversees the security responsibilities of the nation. We have refined men there, so I don't want anyone to misconstrue me. But the question is, those refined men, those few policemen who are working, has the federal government actually taken care of them?
Good question.
Now, the truth.
Brilliant question. And yet you want the Nigerian youths to come.
And now you want the Nigerian youth to come and do what? Because most of these people that are coming out of frustration, because many of them would not want to have come into the police or to have gone into the army. If they had their choice, they would have gone to other areas. Now they are coming because they are frustrated. And if you don't check it, this is how armed robbers, bandits, kidnappers will join in into the police to gain access to the armory, to gain access to their weapons, and at the end of the day begin to unleash terror on the citizens. So that has been corrected. Now coming to VAT, you see, this is a government that when it says good morning,
but we said it on this show now. They are the ones that said it themselves.
Yeah, we all. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
You see, when they say good morning to you, you look at your timepiece. It may be saying good evening.
The same way the Minister of Health said last week, and they just said it here.
It may be saying good evening.
I don't get it.
That they have just told us their intention, and the first thing they said about 10% VAT, they said it in order to test run, to look at the pulse.
See the reaction.
See the reaction of Nigerians, how Nigerians are. Don't be surprised, Omosebi, they are still going to introduce that. I was reading something yesterday when it was said that Dangote would sell its premium motor spirit for 1,200 naira. So Nigerians are in for a show. So they only said that to test run the reaction of Nigerians. And bet me, this government has nothing good for Nigerians. You know, they keep on citing what Ajimobi said, that a good leader would not take the people to where they should be, but where they ought to be. Does the government know? I'm an adult, you are an adult. It's an insult to say that you, because you are the president or you are the governor of a state, then you know where I'm supposed to be. It's an insult upon the psyche of Nigerians. So what they said it was to test run the reaction of Nigerians. And don't be surprised, this is a capitalist government that tells you that we're going to extend the dragnet of tax. That is exactly what they are going to do, and they will surely do it. Nothing will stop them.
Ms. Olai, on this task, this VAT rather, I've realized that even in your state, I've seen a lot of places being shut up. The gates, you just see a big sticker on the gate and then a chain and all that. And I've been asking myself, what's Mr. Governor of Oyo State been doing with all the VAT and all the tax money? Because I know the road is fixing in Badon. The roads I'm seeing, there's the ring road, there's from the Liberty, that's from the Dugbe towards the Mokola and then towards UI. There's a lot I'm seeing, but then the governor himself said that money is from the World Bank, it's the world loan. So it's not the state's money he's using. So all the money is gotten from the state. I don't know. What would you say Mr. Governor has been doing with it so far?
When we are talking about issue of tax, the government has the right to any policy they want to implement, and at the end of the day, they must able to assess how people are feeling.
I remember on this program that we said he should give us a 10-point agenda of what he does with Ogun State's or your state's money. Yes. We've said it before on this show.
Now talking about the Oyo State, whereby you are talking about construction of road, we have seen what this government is doing. This government is it's not been open. It's not been open,
transparent.
It's not been transparent at all. You see, a lot of roads is begging to be constructed. A lot of roads need to be opened up. A lot of places need
especially to the rural areas.
You now see that the well-constructed road that is not even up to 10, 12 years is the one being reconstructed again. And you see, it's the sad part of the government. Now, why do you think we have government? Government is about rules. That is why we have consistency. Each consistency is going to tell about demand. If you allow people in the society to do what they want, there is going to be anarchy. That is why Abiola Ajumobi said, you need to think about what is good for the people. In an area, we pointed out that Ibadan is the most dirtiest city in the world, in Nigeria.
I think that can be argued because they say Akure now is the dirtiest.
Yes. Now I love what this. I can support this government in one thing, that any refuse dump you will see that if you dump refuse here, you are going to pay this 50,000. That is a marketed government. He did well when it comes to that, because he said they are going to be penalized and they might go to jail. That for you to know that if you don't tell people what to do you know what people do whenever there is rain? And you are telling me what Ajubabi was saying is wrong. People are going to be dropping refuse in the floor, and that refuse is not going to destroy, it's going to cause havoc in other places. You, governments must be able. That is why you talk about when you are talking about sensitization, orientation. You give orientation to people when they don't know what they want. That is why you see in a lot of society, you see disease like cholera, because people can be able. A lot of people, places in Ibadan, doesn't even have toilets.
We know that.
And government has to exact it. Government has to close house down. So if government is not firm on some decision, you allow people to do what they want, you are going to be seeing death on the road. Do you know how many people that have been killed because they don't have driving license? Do you know how many people that are killed because they are drink driving? Yeah. Government has the role to play. Government has the role to make law and punish who are not doing what is right.
Honestly, I must give it to myself. You know, you're always quiet waiting for your turn so that you can have your turn and have your chance. But you're not going to be able to talk now because Kay wants to play commercial. But once we come back on the program, the front banner, it's going to be Mr. Ofino on the microphone.
On the 103.5 FM.
The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration. And this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dogafort Filling Station in Leura Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
Hello there. A golden opportunity is here for everyone desiring to invest in farming with a prospect of making great profits and creating wealth. This is brought to you
by Safe Casa Realty.
It's a bountiful package where you buy acres of land with palm tree plantations spanning from 1 year to 1.5 years, while you make huge profits from palm oil, PK oil, PKC, animal feeds, and lots more. Both 1 acre of land and palm trees are sold for just 2 million naira. Also, landed properties with cashew and banana plantations are available for instant sales. This landed property with palm tree plantation is located at Areoje along Ibadan-Iseyin New Expressway. To therefore enjoy this bountiful package, please call
080-7777-4880.
Buy landed property with palm trees and make great fortunes.
On the 103.5 FM.
All right, well, you come back. Thank you so much for being part of the live broadcast. If you look at your time, it is exactly 12 minutes to 11. But this is it. We're going to go straight into something very disturbing, and I'm sure it's something that actually occurred just about yesterday, between yesterday and yesterday morning, and Mr. President is too in luck with this himself. He has ordered Mr. Vice President and all agencies to go to Maiduguri. And of course, the truth is over 200 inmates, including Boko Haram commanders, escape as flood collapses Maiduguri prison fence. Former President Muhammadu Buhari describing it as a national calamity And the former president said he had heard of the widespread devastation of homes and farmland. And the current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, had instructed the Vice President Shitima and the Red Cross and all agencies that should be in Maiduguri as we speak. I saw videos and tears were almost coming out of my eyes. I couldn't believe that this is a capital. But then the secret is they said the fence of the dam, the Alau Dam, got broken. I don't know why the federal government has not come out to say that yet, but it's residents that said the fence to that dam caused all this. Mr. Ofino, what would you like to say?
Natural disaster. Sometimes you can be able to minimize the effect.
Over 2 million people here.
You can minimize the
2
effect,
million.
though you cannot prevent it. When it comes to the issue of natural disaster.
Houses are gone, cars are gone, offices are gone.
But we have to understand one thing. Our drainage system, our drainage pattern. Now, when you look at the north, they do not have rain all the time. But NIMET have always made a lot of predictions that there is going to be what we call excessive rainfall. But what role did government play in order to mitigate?
Hello? Oh, sorry. Continue, Mr. Ofino.
Yes. The government itself has a role to play to mitigate the impact of natural disaster. Then I will ask the government, what was the role they played before this natural disaster occurred?
But the same dam has gotten broken in 1994 before. And this same thing happened in Maiduguri. So I don't know why the government has not worked on it or tried to maintain it.
There is one thing I've discovered. The Nigerian government does not believe in human dignity.
Okay.
The Nigerian government, both past and present, do not believe in human dignity. Human dignity is what is very paramount. The love for human life. Now, when you are talking about what happened again, the prison got broken. Most of these prisons were built during the colonial days.
So the fence had to fall.
So the Minister of Interior Affairs is in charge when it comes to the issue of Nigerian Correctional Services. There has been a lot of jailbreak in Nigeria of recent times. Now we are having what we call natural disaster that occurred, flood, as a result of excessive rainfall. But now there is a problem on ground. Boko Haram commanders were freed in the process. It's a serious situation.
Mr. Roberts, what would you like to say?
Yeah, you see, it's unfortunate. It's just like when this man, forgotten his name, was the governor of Borno State, and talking about the Chibok girls, and Waek wrote to tell him that some people were coming to attack. He said, no problem, we've taken adequate step. And at the end of the day, when those people eventually came, we saw that no step was taken. If you look at what happened in Maiduguri, there had been an earlier forecast that this rain will come and it will be devastating.
Very true. God bless you, Mr. Roberts.
Yes,
You're very correct.
And
the federal government was warned that rain is going to come and a lot of disaster will happen.
The state government came to say that they had put every machinery in motion. The government also said it, that they had put every machinery in motion and that there will be no problem. Now we see the problem. Now the truth is this. Now looking at it logically, there was rain, fine, and the fence to the prison yard collapsed. But we were not told it was the prison yard that collapsed itself. So there's something fishy. Because look at it, when the prison fence collapsed, what if it had collapsed on the prison building? Inmates would have died.
Yes.
But we were not told that anybody died. We don't pray that anybody should die.
But we were informed that a lot of inmates escaped.
A lot of over 200 Boko Haram people escaped. So there is something fishy. Some people must have used...
I know what you are trying to talk about.
Some people must have used this opportunity because look, Jonathan said it. He said these Boko Haram people, they are in our government. He said that. So it was the fence that collapsed. Now, how come the inmates inside the cells I mean, there is something fishy. But my concern now is that it was reported that many wild animals escaped from the zoo.
From the zoo.
So let them do something urgently before people become,
Okay, let me go
great.
to Mr. Olaoye. Mr. Olaoye, because we have just 3 minutes left. Mr. Olaoye, on Monday morning, the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Joe Ajaero, was seized and whisked away by agents of the Nigerian, that's the DSS. And of course, the NLC and of course the Trade Union Congress, Comrade Ajaero was set to attend that meeting in the UK, and then he was whisked away from the airport in Abuja. But then, leading to this, the Department of the State Services, DSS, has succumbed to pressure by releasing the passport of the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Joe Ajaero. The DSS had seized the Labour leader's phones and passport following his arrest and detention, which spanned several hours in Abuja Tuesday morning. It happened on Monday, but they let him go Tuesday morning. So, what does that speak? Does that speak volume? Do you think this man knows about whatever it is that he's being charged for? Or they're just using him like a scapegoat? That, look, you threaten this government, the government threatens you too.
I don't know about what you call a scapegoat. I believe every individual, no matter who you are, whether you are on top or whether you are at the bottom, you have call to answer whenever the DSS call, because they have the power to arrest you, they have the power to interrogate you, and when you are not found wanted, they have the power to release you as well. And mind you, Joe Ajaero is one of the is the president of the labor union, the biggest labor union in Nigeria, and there is a lot of things that is going on around, and for him to be questioned, and thank God he has been released. But
he still doesn't hinder.
With time, a lot of things is going to be unfolding, and that is what is normal when you are talking about society. Because no matter who you are, whether you are a religion leader, you are not above any crime. And what people does in secret is never. When you see it, it's going to be surprising.
Mr. Afino, where do you stand as far as the NLC president is concerned? They're picking up and the release, picking up again and being released.
There is one thing I've discovered about this government. This government is gradually becoming a fascist government. People's rights are being violated and denied. The right to freedom. No one is above the law. If they have leveled a spurious allegation against the Nigerian labor leader, he has a case to answer.
Yes, he has a case to answer.
If at the end of the day it was now discovered that it was a blackmail, he has the right to file a suit against the federal government.
He has no.
But
he missed that meeting.
But
he had to miss
Ajaero shot himself on the leg because he was having an appointment. I think 5 days ago. Last week he was supposed to have reported, but he refused to report, and he now decided that he wanted to go to attend an international conference. That was where he got it wrong.
Okay.
That was where.
Mr. Roberts, what would you say?
The government is busy chasing wind. What about Bello, the former governor of Kogi State?
He has still not been arrested.
If this government has the wherewithal, what it takes to track criminals or suspected criminals, they should have gone after Bello. So it's unfortunate. This is infringement on his fundamental human rights. Because if they knew that there was something fishy about him, they should have taken him to court. Why take him today, release him tomorrow? It's making people look funny.
I think Mr. Olaya said it all. We're going to see how things unveil. I want to say very big thanks to my three analysts.